Hey guys, Omni here. Before we get into the video, I want to let everybody know that Comic-Con at Home began yesterday, and there's a couple of panels here and there in the next couple of days that I'm going to be live streaming so we can get some live reactions, discuss some of the things that are being talked about by the presenters themselves over the next couple of days. I've got the schedule up on the community tab. We got some cool stuff. One of which is the New Mutants panel, which I'm really excited to see for because there's just so many questions I think a lot of people have about that movie. Especially since it got delayed again, and I think now is going to be released on VOD. Zack Snyder's got some panels later this weekend where he's talking about revealing some new footage of the Snyder Cut. So keep an eye out for that. Subscribe, follow. We'll be doing that and checking those out so we can kind of experience it together. And to take advantage of that, Microsoft had their panel today, their virtual event, and revealed a lot of really cool stuff, new titles, a new Fable game, among a bunch of other things. But the thing that drew me into this for sure is knowing that they were going to be talking about the next Halo, Halo Infinite. And we have an 8-minute and 57-second gameplay reveal for this game. Halo is the only Xbox exclusive game that I enjoy and look forward to. Never got into Gears, and Forza, of course. It's beautiful, but it doesn't really do a whole lot for me. And what's funny about Halo, just to kind of give you a little anecdote here, I hated it. I loathed it. When I was growing up, I boycotted Xbox. I boycotted this game, and it was all for just the most childish of reasons. Because I never owned an Xbox until I had my first Xbox 360 in 2007. When Halo 3 came out, that was the first Halo I myself actually chose to play. Aside from that, I would always be dragged over to a buddy's house where he would pretty much make me play multiplayer, not tell me any of the controls. I never knew what the story was. I never knew what the game was about. All I knew was there was this multiplayer arena in it where one of my friends would just abuse me all day long, not telling me the controls, not telling me where any of the weapons are, and would just kill me all day long. That was our fun for the day. And it wasn't any of that. So I don't know. I had this little strange vendetta about it for a long time. I got my first Xbox 360 because the first next gen Naruto game came out. So I was like, oh, I'll indulge my weebness, pick that out. Beat that real quick. My brother got Halo 3 and an Xbox, and I was just like, I don't have anything to play right now. Let me put in Halo. It's the only thing I'd have right now that I haven't played. Let's see what it is. I played the campaign, and I fell in love. Finding out what it was about, seeing the setup, the tone, the way it presents itself, the expanding world that it actually has and built out. It was like I was opened up to an entire other side of it. That I went on to Amazon, eBay, or I can't remember what existed at the time. It was late 2007. I was in college and ordered the first 2 games and blasted through those when they came in, and I fell in love with it. I played a lot of competitive. I won a tournament or 2 with a buddy of mine. It was a lot of fun. It's of course kind of went a little downhill. I didn't mind 4 as far as the setup for the story I was going for. 5 was with the marketing and everything, it was a pretty huge disappointment with the payoff and the delivery and then that cliffhanger. So I'm really curious to see what we see with this, because they were presenting this as a whole different thing. They're rebuilding it from the ground up, whole new engine. So I'm really excited to see what they do. The teaser trailer that they released a while back was really gripping. I really enjoyed it. It really just hearing the theme and everything come to life, and just Chief take charge again. This guy who's just lost and needed somebody, and man, it just got me. It got me right in the feels. For Master Chief being like the archetypical brooding badass soldier, these games can get me a little emotional. Anyway. I've been ranting for half the time of this video. So let's go ahead and start the video. Xbox sound, music. Turn the subtitles off. I don't think I'll need them.
Am I dead already? I must be. I mean, this is a punishment.
167 days after we lost. Is this like after Cortana sieged Earth? Oh, that's very familiar. So is this 167 days after Cortana at the end of 5?
No, you. I can't stand this. Who you are.
Breathe.
No. You don't get to tell me what to do. You don't get to tell me anything. We're. Are you even listening?
I count 3 anti-aircraft cannons.
He's just all business, man.
Oh, I'll be safe. Safe? I haven't been safe since I found you. I found you, remember? You were out there on your own, and you'd still be out there if it wasn't for me. I thought I was going home.
There won't be a home if we don't stop the Banished.
The
Keep
Banished?
saying that. We're outgunned, outnumbered. I know I saw condors over there. I'm going to dig through them and find one with the working sleep space drive. And when you're done with this war, we'll get away from here. Far away.
Wait here.
Oh, please.
I feel for this man guy.
First. When I get back, we can look
It looks beautiful.
together.
The lip syncing's great. Just the aesthetic is good. It's still got that stylized Halo feel. It's not like hyper real. Ooh, that HUD. Looks like a Halo HUD. Got objectives up on the top. Got some wildlife. We're already murdering some grunts. Foliage density looks pretty nice. We got some popping there. I mean, this is like still in development. I don't need to be like freaking out or about anything graphical, I don't think. Because there's definitely going to be some optimization. Oh, Warthog, man. Brings back some memories. I still think it's kind of funny, like how I completely 180'd. What the fuck? This isn't open world, is it? Or is it just like an open level design? How I completely like 180'd on my Halo stance. I mean, that kind of comes down to when you actually get to take into the game itself. I think it's got a really amazing lore and story. Especially when you like read the books and stuff too. Get him! Oh, what's this? New gun. I mean, it doesn't look familiar to me. But they don't even have armor. I mean, we've seen that before. Oh, they do. It's just like lighter. Question. Why are we fighting the Covenant? What the fuck was that? We have a grappling hook? You know, how did we get back? I mean, I know there was like remnants of the Covenant and stuff like that that the Sangheili have been dealing with, fighting with, and you know, it's been a thing. So I get it. I'm just surprised. Actually, I'm not. We're on a Halo ring, and they worship these things, so it's not surprising that one, like a group or a sect of them, would be here. Gosh, the music of Halo's always been some of the best parts. Oh, the differences in their armors in general. This is... What the fuck? Oh, you can still do the... I forget what that's actually called. Like, climb up on stuff. Yeah, it's just like all over... like a different aesthetic for this group. Like even the grunts and the jackals have different sets of armor than before. A lot of different weapons. Mangler? Is that what that said? Holy shit. Dude, this is sweet so far. Adds a lot more verticality to the gameplay, a lot more utility so far that I'm seeing. He just got a spike grenade thrown at the turret. Bulldog. We've seen this one though, I'm pretty sure. We're seeing some elites, so I'm hoping that, I mean, the Civil War was saying Healy should still be inactive at this point, I'm pretty sure. So some of them are probably still with the Covenant. I don't know, I'm just picking this apart with like lore and shit, and I probably don't need to be.
The UNSC lost this war months ago. Your people are broken, scattered,
Ooh.
hunted, defeated by me. I wish I could tell you it was difficult, but it wasn't. We are one step ahead, always. The ring
Oh.
is already under our control. Soon, the auditorium as well. The Harbinger and the Banished share the same goal. We fight together to honor the will of Atriox.
What?
Without challenge, I grew weary, lost, alone. But here you now stand.
Oh.
This is my last fight. A true test of legends. Our story will outlive us both.
Getting some real characterization out of this guy. I love it.
Bare your fangs. Fight hard. Die well.
Oh, he just wants a good fucking fight. I can dig it. Oh, whoa, that was it. That went by really quick. Man, I'm just trying to figure out where this fits in. I know they said it's a direct sequel to 5. Like it picks up where 5 left off. But is the defeat they're talking about the end of 5? And now, for whatever reason, we've retreated to this this decrepit Halo ring, which still has some occupying forces on there. And it seems like maybe they're not Covenant, maybe they're just like a Covenant off branch or a group of Covenant that have still stuck together but are no longer part of the major collective. Since, I mean, let's face it, their leaders have been destroyed, so they've been disbanded for the most part and branched out. They like join forces with these banished. Who are the banished? Are they the banished? Are the banished the elites? Or where are the Promethean stuff? Where's all the Guardians that are released out of that Cortana released? Where's the Prometheans in this? Or it seems like we're going back to the Covenant when there's this whole other big elephant in the room somewhere else. Then again, this is only a chunk of the gameplay, so I'm not sure where it's going to leverage one way or the other. Could they be united? I don't recognize the name The Banished, or who this group is, or who that brute is. Because I'll be honest, it's been a long time since I've delved myself into any of what's been happening in the Halo world, and I don't know how much this is going to adhere to what's been coming out as far as the books and stuff like that since the ending of 5, if there have been any. So I don't know. I'm really interested. I mean, I really like the world building that these games have done with the different races in the Covenant, the way that the you know, the Promethean cultures, the Forerunners, everything like that has kind of been developed and branched out. And I'm wondering the significance of them returning to this Halo ring, maybe looking for answers, maybe looking for something that they could use to take back Earth, maybe even activate it. I don't see how that would help. That would kill all of them. I don't know, man. I mean, it looks gorgeous. Of course, like I said, it is still in development. It's supposed to come out during the holidays, so there's still some time for them to work out some of the kinks for it. I'm really excited to play it, though. I like the grappling hook concept. It could be a little gimmicky, but I think if there's a lot of utility that comes with it, and the kind of way you're traversing this world kind of lays out, because like there's a lot of verticality to it, as we saw. There's a lot of different varying altitudes and ways you can get yourself around, and even use it to bring things to you, get yourself to an enemy. There's a lot of different ways you can use it. So I'm really interested in see how that all goes. And we saw a couple of new weapons, or at least some weapons that I don't remember. So we'll be getting some new stuff there. Now, my big question is, when we saw the overhead map, that came up is this going to be like you've crash landed here and now it's an open world and you go and you initiate these missions, or you're just out in the world from the moment you crash land? Or is it still like level design? Is it still level 1, level 2, level 3, blah, 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 chapter 1, whatever? And it's just not really corridor based like some of the other ones have been. You just land out, you're here, your mission, you got the map, and it's isolated to this segment that you're in, this chapter that you're in, and you experience this kind of open world in whatever the environment you're in. Like, is everything we saw in that chapter and that map, and as far as the objectives and everything like that, are they just part of that mission? Or is it like hinting at an open world kind of setup game? I would like the game to still, personally, I would hope it still stays on the normal chapter story level based kind of design. Because I don't know how appealing an open world concept would be for me for Halo. But I don't know. I just want the gameplay to be smooth. I want a really good resolution to what happened in the last game, because there's a lot of fuckery that happened in that game that I need some way to like undo and fix that. So I hope that's what we're doing here. If it's been 167 days since Cortana sieged Earth with the Guardians, the fuck is happening on Earth? It can't be good. I hope that's 160 days since something else. But it's since the humans lost. What was the last thing we lost? The last thing that we lost in this fight. We won in 3, 4 kicked off, which directly tied into 5. No losses there until 5, when you just fail to stop that entire event with Cortana and the Guardians rising and laying siege to Earth. I don't know. I can't think of anything else. I think I assume that's what it is, but I could be wrong. In 167 days, a whole lot can change. A whole lot can be different. I'm really excited. I think it looks really great. Of course, like I said, there's some graphical polish that's going to come into this. It's still in development. They're still working on it, and it's on a new system. So it's going, and they've built this engine from the ground up for this game specifically. So I'm sure there's some kinks that are going to be working out in the meantime. You know, that graphical pop in from foliage is like 2 feet in front of you is interesting. It's not the most beautiful next gen game I've seen. Hell, it's not even the most beautiful current gen game I've seen, but it still looks amazing. It looks better than any of the other Halo titles, and it's just gorgeous. And I'm sure that even once they polish it up and maybe optimize it even further, we can get some really fun stuff out of this. And I'm really excited because this will also be on PC, in which you can crank up those settings even farther. And I'm going to probably that's probably where I'm going to be playing it, to be transparent. Because I think with them opening things up like that with their first party platforms releasing day and date on PC is going to kind of change a lot of things. I don't know if there's going to be crossplay. I would hope there's crossplay between the two. So I don't know. I'm excited though. I'm really looking forward to this game. So that's my thoughts on the game, guys. Let me know yours. Sound off in the comments. We'll carry on the conversation after the video. Thank you guys for tuning in. Remember, if you want to stick around for any of the live streams I'm going to be doing to cover some of the panels here at Comic-Con and JusticeCon on the weekend, subscribe and keep an eye out. We'll be live streaming here on the channel for that. You can also check me out on Twitch. I've been playing a lot of Ghost of Tsushima and some Halo 3. Getting back into it since that's released on the Steam package. So hang out there. I'd love to see you guys. Anyway, guys, that's it for today, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care, everybody.